Hello friends, near and far, dear to my heart. I'm Victoria with Aligned Soul Tarot. This reading will be for Cancer and all Cancer placements found within your birth chart or wherever you have fourth house influence in your chart. If you don't know what any of those placements are, just know that I offer one-on-one birth chart readings where we dive into the major archetypes hidden within your birth chart. You get full birth chart notes, a full tarot spread, and a pre-recorded video for you to reflect on at any given period of your life. I'm offering 40% off all my relationship Synastry chart readings till February 14th, and I have limited availability. So if you're interested, you can find my email below in the description box to set that up. You can also find my tarot reading offerings, etc. below. But Synastry readings are such a great tool for relationships of all kinds, so I highly encourage you to take advantage of this short window of time. It makes a great gift if you're thinking about that special someone this Valentine's Day. For this reading, Cancer, we will talk about astrology for your sun and ascendant signs, tarot, oracle messages, and I'm trying out a new format where I'm doing a separate love video. So you can find that link below if you're interested in a love reading, as well as my Patreon channel where you get access to all extended readings for all 12 signs and 20% off my readings all the time. So Cancer, we are in Aquarius season. Aquarius has taken the spotlight, especially with this massive Pluto transit into Aquarius, and I'll be focusing in on what this means specifically for you. Aquarius energy is innovative, provocative, and it's guiding us into our fullest expression of self. Not only on a personal level, but on a macro level are we seeing this deep need for equality and solidarity for all walks of life. We are stepping through this threshold of this age of Aquarius, and it's all about unconventional, open-minded, forward thinking. Aquarius strips away the labels, the stereotypes, and dares us to see beyond them. Now, Cancer, let's get into your February forecast. Hi, Cancer, and welcome to this space. Thank you for joining me here for your February reading. Let's get right into the astrology piece, okay? So again, astrology is specific for sun and ascendant signs, and I highly encourage that you watch for both of those placements in particular, but of course watch for all your placements. But again, astrology is very specific to sun and ascendant when I'm talking about house systems. So what does this Pluto in Capricorn, Pluto in Aquarius transit mean? And I'm bringing along Pluto in Capricorn because it's still along for the ride, right? Capricorn, it's going to be going back into Capricorn at the end of 2024. And I believe with Pluto, since it is a generational transit, right? It's every 20 years that we experience this change. It's a slow moving process. So we're still bringing along the wisdom of Pluto and Capricorn. We're going to be integrating it slowly but surely over the next 20 years. So I'm going to be focusing on both Pluto in Capricorn and Pluto in Aquarius. So for you, Pluto in Capricorn has been in your 7th house, okay? So dare I say that you might have had some interesting concerns, I would say, around relationships, right? 7th house is not just intimate partnerships. This is friends, family, coworkers. It's Libra energy. So also wherever you have Libra in your chart could be highly influential at this time as well, if you do. But 7th house has been this focus, how you relate in the world. How do you bring harmony and balance and integrating karmic lessons into your relationships, right? Because the Justice card in the major arcana in tarot is ruled and governed by Libra. This is all about karmic justice. We are now in this Aries Libra lunar node axis. So it's highly emphasized, the South Node in Libra, with stepping out of codependency, in relationships, addressing those issues and concerns within our relationships, okay? So Pluto in 7th house, there's a lot of crisis and conflict around relationships naturally, but again, this is a little bit of tough love. This is necessary. I always say where the tension lies is where the growth is. So even amongst the chaos and crisis that we find, the challenges, the trials, the tribulations, it's teaching us a little bit more about ourselves, right? Our needs, our values, our priorities in relationships. So what you've learned and gathered with Pluto and Capricorn, you are bringing with you into 2024. So now that Pluto is in Aquarius, it is in your 8th house. So 8th house, your Gemini friends could be very helpful for you. They've been in this 8th house energy for quite some time. And again, they're still bringing that along with them on their journey into 2024. So maybe connecting with Geminis could be very beneficial for you to talk about these topics. 8th house is Plutonic energy, deep dive into shadow work, okay? The cave. You could find yourself being more reclusive. You could find yourself pondering and questioning things about yourself that you've maybe kept hidden or suppressed for quite some time, Cancer. It can be a bit sticky. It can be a bit messy. There can be a lot of rage. There can be a lot of inner tension that you're feeling into. And it's asking to come up to the surface, right? This is the underworld. This is Plutonic energy at its finest. So you are going through a major transformation, right? Again, this is a 20-year cycle. So you're still accessing that 7th house wisdom, how you relate to the world, right? What are your values? What are your beliefs? And then you're tapping into the 8th house, which is like, okay, how I relate, is that a direct reflection of how I relate to myself? What's going on inside? Am I prioritizing others over myself and my own needs? These are some really big questions that you might be having, especially in 2024, okay? So with that being said, again, if you want to go a bit deeper into what this specifically means for you, birth chart readings are a great way to look at your relationship with Pluto, see where you have some 7th and 8th house in your chart. So again, you can find my information below if you want to go a bit deeper into a personal reading. We have this streamline effect, and it's been happening over the last couple of months where a lot of the planets are aligning in the same signs, okay? So we still have this 7th, 8th house influence for you amongst the other planets. Venus in Capricorn in your 7th house, Mars in Capricorn in your 7th house, and Mercury in Aquarius in your 8th house. So again, extra boost on this influence. So direct highlight to 7th and 8th house, okay? So partnerships are at the forefront and have been for quite some time. And the 8th house is asking you to go a bit deeper, right? Go below the surface. This is not a superficial place. And again, where you've come from is not necessarily where you're going when it comes to relationships. You could find yourself leaving partnerships. You could find yourself deepening a relationship, really questioning some outdated beliefs. And a lot of 8th house is about accountability, okay? Again, the Hermit card is what comes up for me when I think of the 8th house. It's a lot of solitude. It's about us taking a look at our own fears, our own projections. And what are we projecting in our relationships? And this can look very different for each and every one of you, Cancer, okay? So let's pull an oracle message. I was guided to pull from the Kuan Yin Oracle. It's a very feminine Cancerian energy when I think of Kuan Yin, Goddess Kuan Yin. Let's see here for Cancer. What do we have for you for February? Cancer Collective. Here we go. Fearless. Ooh. 8th house is all about our fears, right? This is the underworld. This is Hades, you know? Don't fear the underworld. So many people, you know, we've been taught from a very young age to fear our shadow, you know, and it takes time on your spiritual journey to learn that it's not all love and light. That's not what spirituality is about. It's about understanding the polarities and the dualistic nature that's found within all of us, right? The yin, the yang, the shadow, the light. We see it reflected in nature. So there's this constant flux, right? We're in a state of dualistic tendencies and variables. There's always the pros and cons, right? So there's so much of this yin yang energy. This card here is suggesting it's number 14, which breaks down to a 5, which is all about change, right? And usually the 5s in the minor arcana represent a little bit of challenge when you think of 5 energy, okay? It's that point of friction. Now is the time to leap. Do not hesitate, Cancer. Do not fear. You don't need to know how it's all going to work out in order for everything to work out perfectly. This is not a time for small, tentative steps. This is the time for a big gesture, to take a chance to be bold. So take a running leap with your eye only on where you are going. Your body will trust you and follow. I will protect and guide you. Let us leap together fearlessly into the unfolding future of your divine destiny. So this is all about gathering energy, momentum. The fuel is required for action. This is taking leaps forward, right? Feeling into your yeses and no, right? So this is a lot around our intuition and trusting our inner guiding system, okay? And maybe you have felt like you've had to be patient for quite some time, waiting on something, someone, right? This can look different. And this could be also about grieving, right? There's this again, this shadow work in the 8th house, and that work can come with a lot of grieving and mourning the past and mourning our old selves, even having to strip away some of the identities that we've created, sometimes to protect our hearts. But this is a little bit more of this bold energy, being more fearless. This is not a time to hold yourself back or to play it small. So again, if you've been playing it really small in relationships, you know, dimming your light or trying to, again, put other people's needs before yours, this is the time to get yourself out of that pattern. Break the cycle is what I'm hearing. All right, let's pull from the Wild Unknown Oracle. What do we have for Cancer? Please show me what I need to see for Cancer. This is for the Cancer Collective. What do we have for Cancer? The Starborn and the Vessel. So the Starborn here, it has an egg. So there's this egg. So again, there's like this cocoon phase, you know. I'm getting reminded of the cave. You could feel, and also with the vessel showing up on the bottom here, this is about like your inner sanctity, your inner sanctuary, taking care of your body. So health is showing up here. The Starborn, it's like, it's also reminding me of the diamond under pressure, which Gemini, again, has been coming out of this 8th house. So there's a lot of correlation here with this like pressure, right? Pluto is about pressure. It's again, how we handle crisis and conflict. And the egg, as we know, is such a fragile casing, right? It's a fragile thing. It's a fragile object, and it can crack at any given moment. And what goops out, what pours out of that shell. And this is also reminding me of the shell with the crab itself, you know? So there's a lot of similarities here with like the shell. Okay, so, you know, if you think of a crab as well, they're so mushy and gushy inside. So there's something about having maybe even protection is what I'm hearing for you. As you move forward, you're going to have to be mindful of the energy that you are putting outward towards others and making sure that, again, you're giving back to yourself. There is also the extreme of that, right? If we are too reserved or we're too hesitant or too overbearing or too protective, we don't take chances. And with the Kuan Yin message, it was about like taking bold steps forward, a little bit out of our comfort zone. you know, and that can be hard for Cancer. You can feel very protective of your vessel. But the Starborn is also reminding me of the Star card. So this is, again, very healing energy. You're in a place of healing, nurturing, but in also that card, the Starborn, there is a crack in the shell. So there's this emergence here. There's this emergence. Okay, Cancer, let's see here. What do we have for you in regards to Tarot? For Cancer, please show me what I need to see for the Cancer collective. The Hermit. I can't make this up. The Hermit card, yeah, 8th house influence here. Virgo energy. You could have Virgo in your chart. Yeah, where do you have Virgo in your chart? That could be very beneficial to see. Or 6th house. Again, 6th house Virgo energy talks about health. So there is this thing around the vessel, your body. There's this important message around the body. This could also talk about body image, like healing some sort of self-esteem around your body. Yeah, the Hermit, again, it's just a reassurance of that 8th house influence that you are undergoing right now. This is a lot around solitude. Again, High Priestess is showing up here, inner wisdom, reflection. You could find yourself, if you are even in a relationship, right, that you're craving a lot more alone time. If you are single, that it's a good time to be single and prioritize yourself. Lots of self-reflection here. Gaining that inner light, that inner spark back here. What else do we have for Cancer? Cancer, please show me. Cancer collective. Yeah, inner spark. Talk about inner spark. Queen of Wands. This is magnetic. This is passionate, creative, sexual. She's the master manifester. Out of all of the queens, she knows how to manifest. This is fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You could be dealing with a fire sign, right? Gender roles can be reversed and switched. It's just an energy. And I do feel like this is you, but tell me more about this Queen of Wands. And it's interesting. The Queen of Wands is facing the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is, you could have Leo in your chart. You could have Leo, the sun is showing up here. Yeah, this is, yeah, 9 of Pentacles on the bottom. Okay. So again, I do think this is you, male or female, embodying again, like this sexual, sacral energy, finding your spark, finding your light. You can also see that here in the Hermit, you know, casting the light out. The light's also reflected here. She's surrounded by light. So this is also reminding me of like candle magic, candle practices here. 7 of Pentacles, like I was stating earlier, is, you know, the Queen of Wands is facing the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles is all about a process. This is nurturing ourselves, nurturing a project, an idea. This is about waiting. It's not a fast-moving energy here. This requires patience, dedication. Again, knowing the right balance of like fertilizer and watering. If you think about gardening in general, you might be into gardening. How tedious of a process it can be, even if you are a pretty knowledgeable gardener. There's some years, some harvests that, you know, things just don't work out. And that 8th house again, how do you deal with crisis? How do you deal with life when you're under pressure and things are just not panning out the way that you expected it to be? Just like that garden, right? Didn't yield the fruits that you wanted. The harvest didn't come out as expected, but there's something else that you're gaining here with the Queen of Wands. It's about building resilience, building resiliency here. The 4 of Wands is showing up in reverse, so this could talk about moving, right? 4 is Cancerian energy. 4 of Wands is stability. This is celebrating something, but I feel like you've had to potentially move, feeling uprooted in some way. What is this Four of Wands about for Cancer? What is this Four of Wands about? Yeah, you're having to, oh, the star's showing up too. You could be healing something around a marriage. So the Four of Wands is also my marriage card. So this could talk about with the Four of Wands in reverse, like divorce, separation. Again, you've had Pluto in the 7th house. So this could be about separating out of a relationship, right? And now you are doing more self-reflection, healing here in the card. And that can be challenging for you because maybe you're used to being in a partnership. Maybe you're used to having someone that you can rely on. And I'm seeing a lot more of this independent solo energy. All these people in these cards, except for the Four of Wands, are by themselves. So there is something about like having alone time, maybe having to go through a period in time when you are taking care of yourself where you maybe weren't. You were neglecting something here with the Star in reverse. The Page of Swords also is about like educating yourself, researching something. And this is where the celebration is. 6 of Wands here. Small victories, right? 6 of Wands does not have to be a grand gesture. It's also about celebrating small steps forward in any sort of direction in your life. Let's pull from the Soul's Journey here. Then we're going to take this over to the love reading. So you can find that link below if you decide to follow me over there for the love reading. I'll see you there. But let's see here. What do we have from the Soul's Journey? So we have denial, regret, and judgment. Acknowledging your fear, Cancer, and replace it with the insight of awareness. Judgment saying, I understand that everyone has their own unique path and challenges. And regret is suggesting that I know that I cannot change the past. So you're learning how to not hold judgment on the past and not be in denial of what's happening, right? Certain situations that are happening for you, it's allowing you to surrender here. And you're learning how to be more disciplined in your practice and finding more balance, because this is what's going to keep you healthy. It's looking like surrender. I release my need to control. Beautiful reading, Cancer. I wish you all the best. And of course, take advantage of this sale that I'm having on the Synastry readings if you're interested, or to book a reading with me. Again, all my information is below. Bye for now.